Shalom. This week's Sedra is Sedra Veeschanan. At the start of this week's Torah portion, Moshe said, I pleaded with God at that time, saying, My sovereign God, you who let your servant see the first works of your greatness and your mighty hand, whose powerful deeds no God in heaven and earth can equal, please let me see Israel. In his commentary to the verse and the word pleaded, Rashi wrote, all forms of the word plead in the Torah signify an ex gratia gift, a free gift. Although the righteous might make a claim to reward depending upon their good deeds, yet they solicit from God only an ex gratia gift, a free gift. Because God had said to him, I will show grace unto whom I will show grace. Moshe, when referring to his entreaty of God, uses the expression, I implored for grace. Rashi's explanation that Moshe asked for a free gift begs the question, why can't a Jew ask for a reward based on their actions? One might think it's because his reward might have run out from God. After leaving his father-in-law's home in Haran, Yaakov prepared to meet with his twin brother Esav and ask God to save him from harm. He prefaced his request by saying to God, I have become small from all the favors you have done to your servant. As a result of all the prosperity that he'd experienced in Haran, Yaakov was concerned that he'd become small and no longer deserving for God to save him from Esav. Another thought might be that a person miscalculates the reward when they have really sinned. Rashi wrote that Yaakov thought, my merits are diminished in consequence of all the kindness and truth which you have already shown me. For this reason I'm afraid, perhaps, since you made these promises to me, I have become depraved by sin, and this may cause me to be delivered unto Esav's power. While on the phone with an old friend, I asked him how he was, and he answered, thank God, I'm better than I deserve. I love that line and its sentiment. Later, another chavruta of mine criticized me when I started saying that line, claiming it wasn't the Jewish idea. Ironically, one of my mechutanim informed me that the phrase comes from financial guru David Ramsey. Although Ramsey is a religious Christian, here's why I consider the line and its sentiment consistent with Torah values. God wrote that justice is for God. The lesson God was teaching was that only God knows if a person is innocent or guilty. Only God can know if a person is righteous or evil, for only God can know what is in a person's heart and mind when they act. Although judges are charged to adjudicate justice in the world, they do so with the awareness they might err in their assessments. It is possible for a person to assess their own righteousness. A person might be capable of knowing whether they deserve reward or punishment from God, and could approach God asking for their reward. Yet, the arrogance it takes to assume you're correct is astounding. It is much more prudent to assume you don't deserve anything more than what you have, and maybe you don't even deserve what you have, and even further, you might deserve less than you have. Moshe's prayer to God was built on not knowing if he deserved anything, and like his forefather Yaakov, assuming he had run out of merit. Moshe's prayer reflected his humility, and he begged God to grant his prayers as a gift. This is the attitude we should take in our prayers as well. We deserve nothing, but ask for everything. Shabbat Shalom.